Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. Sling Driver once again. Today I'm bringing you an overview of a subsection of my collection of watches. This was suggested to me by one of my subscribers. Since I don't have permission to use their name, I won't. But they've been watching my top 5 videos that I've done recently. And they said, well, we know you like, watches that are orange and blue, what I call my Gator watches. Why don't you show us all your Gator watches and rank those? So, why not? Now, everyone who knows me knows I'm a very long time fan of the Florida Gators. I went to the University of Florida. I hold 2 degrees from the University of Florida. While I was attending the University of Florida, I almost never missed a home game. I think I only missed a couple. One of them was because I was in the hospital. But we won't go into that. I've been a Gator fan since 1975. So probably for longer than most of you folks have been alive. Now, the University of Florida's school colors are orange and blue. Or blue happens to be my favorite color. My mom tells me it was my favorite color going all the way back to when I was, like 3, 4, 5 years old. And according to my friend Jason over at Design Atelier, I never can get that right. Sorry, Jason. He has mentioned on more than one occasion that orange and blue, because he's a designer by trade and an artist, he says that orange and blue are, believe it or not, a natural color combination. They complement each other, and it's perfectly good that that those school colors they work off of each other very well. Now, I have 6 watches that are in the orange and blue colorway. I do rotate through them during the football season and wear them during Gator games. The most recent one I wore was this one during the Florida-Texas A&M game. And yeah, the watches have a few losses on them. They have a few wins on them. One of them has 2 national championships on them. This one here. So, without any further jabbering on my part, I'll just show you the watches one at a time. By the way, all these watches have individual detailed videos on them. If you want to find the individual video for this particular watch or any of the other watches, all you have to do is search my channel and they will pop up. This one is my G-Shock. You'll forgive me, I don't have the model number in my head. I believe it's somewhere on the back of the watch here. GA100L, if you look at it right there. This one is obviously mostly blue. Orange on the underside of the strap. Orange highlights on the indices. Orange hands. And a negative digital watch face. So this is an analog digital watch. I'm making this video in early November. This is now the only G-Shock I own. I sold off all my other G-Shocks. Other people wanted them more than I did. I enjoyed wearing them and owning them for a long time. But it was time to move on. So I keep this one around mostly because of the colorway, but also because it makes an excellent watch to wear while I'm walking or otherwise exercising. These watches are in no particular order, by the way. Next one I have is my Doxa I have had this watch since 2006. It's one of the oldest watches I own in terms of length of time that I've owned this. And this is they only made one GMT watch, this one here. This is in the Caribbean colorway, and it uses orange on the face because it's a GMT. The orange is the daytime hours, and the black up here with the orange lettering, I think it's black or it might be dark blue, that's the nighttime hours. And you have a big orange hand for the minute hand. So this does fit the orange and blue colorway. It's a fantastic watch. It's never given me a lick of trouble. It just runs and runs, keeps pretty good time. Gorgeous dive watch, very thick, very heavy. This crown is your setting crown. It sets the date, sets the GMT hand, sets the time. This watch allows you to rotate the GMT inner track to whatever you want it to be. Beautiful watch. Let's see, what else we got? We got my Tudor. Got a Tudor Heritage chronograph in the orange and blue colorway. This watch was actually bought for me by my father as a surprise. I think it was a Father's Day gift. It may have been a birthday gift. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while. But it does fit the orange and blue colorway with the orange chronograph second hand, orange minute indices on the minute track, and orange highlights in the subdials. Otherwise mostly blue. It's a bidirectional bezel, kind of a GMT style bezel or 12-hour bezel. It's not wearing its standard bracelet or NATO strap, which came with the watch. I paired it up with this Collareb blue leather strap from their Sienna line. I find this to be more comfortable than any other bracelet that I put on or strap that I put on this watch. Makes an excellent sports watch. Really, it's one of the ones I grab the most often when it comes to wearing these watches for game day. Probably the newest one I have for Gator combination is this Zelos Vitesse. I think it's pronounced Vitesse, Vitesse, Vitesse. I think it's French, so I don't know. French is a funny language. You have a 20-letter word and pronounce 4 letters. It's goofy. Now, this is technically not Gator blue. This is more of a Gulf Racing blue. Does have orange bits in the dial, the orange chronograph second hand, the orange constant second hand, the orange minute counter, and so on and so on. It came originally on a very nice bracelet, but I wanted to try one of these Rishi, Ritche Rishi rubber straps. And I wanted to try out one of those on this watch, and it was so comfortable to wear and really looked so good that I decided to keep it on this strap. And it does match the orange of the dial very nicely, and it fits the orange and blue colorway. And let's see, I've got my Breitling Endurance Super Quartz chronograph. Now, this watch started out as all orange. Orange in the on the minute track, orange highlights on the pushers and the crown, and it came with an orange rubber Breitling strap. But on a whim, as it were, I changed it to a blue, another Rishi strap, See, there's Rishi right there. Another blue Rishi silicone strap. And I like the way the blue picked up the orange very nicely. It didn't clash with the black, obviously, of the dial and the bidirectional compass bezel. So I kept it like this and kind of turned this watch into a Gator Breitling, like that one. This one is probably the one I think, if someone held a gun to my head, I'm not saying they are, but if someone really pressed me for what of my 6 watches in the Gator colorway was, I thought, overall the prettiest, the best looking, I'd have to go with this Glycine Combat Sub. Very hard to find it in this colorway. I actually saw a picture of this online, then found a review by, I think it was Random Rob did a review of this watch many years ago. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I endeavored to find one on my own. It took about six to 8 months to finally find someone willing to part with theirs. They didn't make a lot of these in this colorway, and when people own this colorway, they seem to want to keep it. But I did finally find someone that was willing to sell it to me at a good price. And it looked like it never been worn. I mean, it's in beautiful shape. There's only this little mark here on the clasp, and it may have been me that made that mark instead of the previous owner. But beautiful watch. 60 click bezel. Very chunky, but good action. It's easy to turn, but locks in place very solid. And like I said, blue dial, orange bezel, really good looking watch, really good looking case, nice looking oyster style bracelet. Can't go wrong with that one, and I think overall that may be one of the best looking of the 6. Although I can't pick a favorite out of all these. I mean, if I had to pick the number 6 out of this whole collection, would probably be the G-Shock. But after that, it would be like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E. I mean, I can't pick a favorite out of the other 5. I like them too much. And anyway, those are the 6 watches I have in the Florida Gator orange and blue colorway. And it was a good suggestion. I thought they thought it would make a good video. I agree. So there you go. That's my mini collection, my mini Gator, my mini collection of Gator orange and blue colorway watches. So I hope you found this video to be enjoyable, useful, entertaining. If you did, click that thumbs up button for me. It does help the channel with respect to the YouTube search algorithms. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I respond to them all, and I do read them all. However, I know it's going to be the case in this watch because there are so many people that hate the Florida Gators. And that's okay. As I always say, go Gators, screw you haters. But you can attempt to troll me. That's fine. But if you get too nasty, I'm simply going to delete that comment and block you. Same if you leave links to bad places on the internet, I'll just simply delete that comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found the channel. Watch as many videos as you want. I have hundreds. But please, before you leave, click the subscribe button for me. I want to grow this channel a little more. And more subscribers, more growth. Don't forget to click the bell icon too when you do that, when you subscribe, so that when I upload new material or I do a live stream, you will be alerted. And as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there, and it is not getting any better. So please be careful out there, stay safe, be well, see you soon.